This is Soundwave Croatia. Make some noise!
It's on a really pristine part of the Dalmatian coastline in Croatia, just between Šibenik and Zadar. It's in its own private little cove, and it's right next to the village of Tisno, which is on the part where the mainland goes onto the island of Murta. It's got a national park there, a couple of national parks nearby, so it's a really, really beautiful part of the, not just of the country, but of the world, and we're really lucky to be able to put on a show there. So we've got the main stage, which is where we'll put on most of our live music. Then we've got a beach stage, which, as the name suggests, is right on the coast. You can chill there in the daytime, you see people, sort of sunbathing, swimming, listening to, great tunes in the background, but then at night it really transforms, when the sun goes down. Lots of lighting and effects and stuff down there makes it a really cool place to party. There's another stage called the Olive Grove, which is sort of buried in and amongst lots of vegetation and olive trees and stuff, where we put on a bit more electronic music later at night. A big feature of the festival, which is the Argonauty. It's an old pirate ship, a pirate-looking ship. Obviously, we've had some amazing parties on there over the years. An incredible array of acts, actually, that you wouldn't normally see in such an intimate environment. I think that's one of the reasons that people get so excited about going on a boat party for 3 or 4 hours, getting taken off, in between some of the amazing islands, and having incredible artists playing to, a couple of hundred people that you would normally go and see on a main stage, sometimes with thousands of people. And they're on a sort of, they've got their DJ booth, but there's literally no separation. It's like, half a metre between you and the artist, and, really engaging with each other, and some really, really fantastic parties and a great atmosphere that we couldn't recreate anywhere on land. The headliners, Loyal Kana, and anyone who's not been under a rock for the past couple of years will know the fantastic body of work that he's putting together. Jordan Rakai, somebody I'm a real personal fan of. I live in Berlin at the moment, and when he's come out to play here, I go and see him, a little club here. We've had him at the festival before. I'm really excited that he can come back with a band now and scale it up a bit. And then Mr. Scruff, again, another firm sort of part of the family, I guess you could say, has definitely played the festival before, definitely never let anyone down, as you'd expect from Mr. Scruff. We've probably never had the biggest lineup in terms of having all the major names, and that's because we deliberately want a balance. We want some of those marquee artists, and then we want the breadth and the depth of other genres as well. And it's really important to us to be eclectic. I know that sounds cliched, but the kind of music that we program, that we put on, has to be as diverse as our own interests and our own curiosity and what's happening in the musical scene, across the continent at the time we put the programming together. And it just felt like a nice way to end, 10 years. I don't know why 10 is a special number, but it kind of feels like a special number to most people. And we're no different in that. Felt like a nice way to go out, 10th birthday, and leave while everyone still has really fond memories and still thinks of it as something beautiful, and maybe one day, we can look back and say, were you at Soundwave, or did you ever go to one of those parties and stuff, and that's a really cool thing, I think, to be able to hold on to. One of the moments that best sums up Soundwave for me, I would say, was after a very rare rainstorm that we had. The humidity had been building up for the days preceding the festival. I guess this was 4 years ago. And anyway, long story short, the rain ends up really coming down just when the headline act is going to go on. And then what happens is, it's an act called Fat Freddy's Drop. And they got a fantastic trombone player with Joe, and what happens is all of the people go and shelter up in this restaurant on site, away from the rain until it dies down. And while they're sheltering up there, we've got a band called Riot Jazz, who are again firm favourites of the festival, and they come up with their stuff, and then the trombone player from Fat Freddy's Drop, who are meant to be on stage, also comes up to the restaurant, and they just start playing, and they do an impromptu set, you know, to the restaurant, like all of the, you know, festival, as many as can crowd in there, all standing on tables and on walls and everything, and it just really summed up the atmosphere and the spirit of the festival, if you like. That was a really fond memory afterwards. Obviously at the time we were all wet, so it wasn't that. I mean, Croatia is just an incredible country for lots and lots of reasons, and I could go on and on about them for hours. But I think the most important thing is the people. You know, many people watching will probably know of Croatia and the former Yugoslavia's, you know, quite difficult recent history. And so, you know, you people go over there with certain, I guess maybe misconceptions about the country, but when you get there, all you meet is the friendliest, warmest, most welcoming people that you could ever wish for. In terms of, you know, walking down the street, going into a shop, people welcoming you into their home, and that really sets the tone for the atmosphere that we have at Soundwave. I keep going on about, which is all about, you know, friendliness and warmth and having that kind of family atmosphere. It really comes from the people in Croatia itself, and maybe, you know, from the weather that they have throughout the summer to, you know, the beautiful scenery, the water being by the, you know, being by the Adriatic and stuff. All of that sort of combined together makes for a cocktail that's, you know, really quite intoxicating. It's a beautiful country. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.